My name is Mordechai. I live in the city of Lod. About 20 years ago, I made Aliyah to Israel. My wife's name is Liat. She's a Sabra. And we've got 4 children, Galia, Yael, Avinom, and Adi. Baruch Hashem, we're safe. And at the other hand, I want to tell you that our life has been turned upside down with the riots and the rockets. It's actually been quite awful. There have been literally Arabs rioting against Jews in Lod, especially in the mixed neighborhood of Ramat Eshkol. They've tragically burnt down at least one synagogue, classroom, and a school. There are Jews that are literally fearing for their lives. The government has put us under a curfew. We're not legally able to leave our homes. Many of us feel that our civil liberties are being denied, and we are calling for the government to bring in police that are going to arrest the hooligans that are doing this terrible amount of violence. Last night, there were 9 instances of shooting against Jews in a city which is 20 minutes away from Tel Aviv, 8 minutes away from the airport. Right now, we're not taking any risks, so the children are inside. So this is not a way to live. To live close to your shelter room, to live inside, the sense of personal safety is totally gone. The daily newspaper in Israel is calling and saying that it's anarchy. We have lost some of the faith that we had in the police. We need to regain it. Police need to be strong. The residents need to be strong. American Jews and worldwide Jewry need to be strong and help us. They need to condemn the rocket attacks, and they need to condemn absolute violence against Jews. And we also need to stand together and condemn violence against Arabs. Lod is a mixed Arab-Jewish city, and it's about 25% Arab. And for years, we believed that we had cordial, sometimes even deep relations between Jews and Arabs in the city of Lod. We're talking about 100 to 200 youth that are holding the entire city hostage. Anybody that thinks there's symmetry here doesn't understand what's going on. There are terrorist organizations that are shooting and trying to destroy and kill Jews just because they're Jews. Israel needs to be able to respond and to root out the terrorists. This is really a soul-searching time for Israel. I do believe that things are going to get better. I am completely optimistic. We are going to be always living, especially in a city like Lod, with an Arab population. Tomorrow, they're still going to be here, and we're going to be here. And it's about how we're going to be able to live together and share the city, understanding that it's a Jewish city and a Jewish country. And the narrative has to be taken charge of. There is terrorists in Hamas that are shooting missiles against Israel, and Israel is defending itself. There were Arab attacks against Jews, and Jews need to be able to defend themselves. And yes, every once in a while, there's an absolute terrible act that is condemned roundly by Israelis, by politicians, by rabbis. One of the politicians described it as the most un-Jewish action you could think of. Until we get that same level of denouncement from Arab leadership that there is no excuse for violence, in terms of it's not acceptable to burn a synagogue, it's not acceptable to shoot at Jews. The fact that I need to say that it's not acceptable to shoot at Jews should give you some understanding of just how ludicrous a situation that we have unfortunately slid into. We've been receiving messages of support from Israelis all over Israel. And it's one of the most heartwarming things knowing that we really are connected and that we really are a Jewish people. And that people extends not only within Israel, but to global Jewry, and that we really do need your help. We really do need to feel supported. We're all in this together. We really need united Jewry to help us defeat all of the problems that we have for the Jewish people, both externally and even more important, internally.